Go ahead.
Hey, how you doing? Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to assemble your DIY gate using the Latch latching system. The first thing you're going to want to do is unpack all of your content. I like to open the box that it came into so that I can lay everything out onto it and I have a nice level surface to work on. When you take your uprights out of the box, you're going to want to check and find the uprights that are for the hinges and for the latch. So as you'll notice, there's holes pre-drilled into these. This one has it at the top as well as in the bottom, and you'll see this is going to be my upright for my hinges. Also, you're going to have another upright that is pre-drilled, and on this one you will have holes at the top and is about 3/4 of the way up in the round post, and you can see here that it's pre-drilled into the round post. Now I'm going to put my hinges on the left hand side and my latch on the right hand side, and I'm going to go ahead and get this started. Now to attach my hinges, I'm going to need the 2 SafeTech hinges that come with your kit as well as the screws. Now the screws you're going to use for the hinges are going to be your hex head self-tapping screws. It also has an Allen key in here to make adjustments to the tension of the hinge and other little plugs to plug the top of the hinge. Now when installing the hinges, you're going to want to make sure that your Allen key is facing in the right orientation, which is upwards. Now I'm going to go ahead and get these put on using the pre-drilled holes. I like to lay everything out first so that I know that everything lines up and is good to go. Now using a standard drill and a Phillips head, I'm going to go ahead and attach my hinges to the gate. Now these screws should go in pretty easy. Because they are self-tapping and they are pre-drilled. Now if you do make a mistake while assembling this, or you decide that maybe you want to mount it a little bit higher because you have an obstruction, you can always move it and slide it and cover the pre-drilled holes and use the self-tapping screws to install it exactly where you need it. Find your pre-drilled holes in the square mesh portion, and again just use the self-tapping hex screws to attach it. Let me get everything out of here. Now when installing these, you're going to want to make sure that you have your drill set so that it doesn't overturn and strip out the aluminum. Once everything's snugged down, you can go ahead and move over to your latch side. Now as we can see, I have the hinges attached, and now the screws are going to face outwards away from the pool, as well as the flat weld plate. That way the gate opens away from the pool. Alright, I'm just going to turn this around. This over here. Now I'm going to be using the upright that is for my latch that has the holes 3/4 of the way up. And then I'm going to get these installed. Now, the screws you use to attach the latch are going to be the round self-tapping screws, and you'll see they're quite long, and there is one that is slightly longer than the rest. And if you can see, I found it here. And let me see if we can get that in frame. Alright, so one is slightly longer. Take the longer one and set it off to the side. Now, in your kit, you should have received brackets that are going to hold our latch body onto the upright itself. One is an L shape, and this is the top one, and one is rounded, and that's for going onto the round post. I'm going to go ahead and get these on there, and then we'll move forward. So basically, again, line them up with your pre-drilled holes. Use your screw gun to attach them. And again, this should be fairly easy because the holes are already piloted for you. And then don't forget, you also have holes in the sides, so we'll get those in as well. Alright, got that one in. And then the top one we're going to be putting in is the L-shaped one, goes right on the flat weld plate. Screw that together, and now you should have something that looks like this, where you have one on the round post and then another one on the flat post. Again, this is facing away from the pool, and then you take your long latch body. The tri-latch should actually just slide straight down onto the gate itself. Alright, and then once you've got that slid on, that's going to be your latch. And how it operates is you push the button in and you pull up, and that's what disengages your lock where the magnet's going to go, and we'll show you how to get that on the frame. Okay. Now you should have a portion, a piece like this, that is a little L-shaped bracket, and it has a barrel here that's going to accept our catch. It has 4 on the top. We're going to be using these 2 and these 2 to install it. This is going to go onto the mesh portion of the frame. Now you may have to remove the screw where it is placed. So we're going to remove that screw, and we're going to take our little bracket and just set it over the gate. And again, using the self-tapping screws, we are going to attach it into the molding. There's 1, there's 2. So we have 2 in the top, and then also there's going to be 2 into the side. Let me just get this one started. I'm not sure if you guys can see this here. I'm basically getting 2 screws into the side. Now this is going to be, it's important that you get these 2 screws into the side here, because this is going to take most of the force of the gate when it closes. Now also in your kit, you're going to have the key locking portion of your SafeTech latch with the adjustment of this Phillips head. This slides on to this portion you just put on, and then it should butt up, and to get it all the way on, you use a Phillips head screwdriver, and then that changes your horizontal adjustments. So now you should have something that looks like this. You should have the plate mounted as well as this catch, and then you'll use this stainless steel screw you see here to make horizontal adjustments of your catch. Also in your kit, you will see there's included a SafeTech gate stop, and what that does is it goes down in the corner of the opposite of your hinge, and it's going to be placed so that when the gate closes, the stop actually, the rubber rests against the bottom of the gate. When it closes, it rests against the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and get that on there for you. And those are going to have screws on the sides as well. I'm not sure if you guys can see this. Probably not, I'm standing in the way. But you have one in the bottom, and then also in the side. Just use the self-tapping screw to get your gate stop installed. Now, you'll see that we have a fully assembled gate with hinges on one side allowing it to open outwards away from the pool. We have our catch installed, and then down in the bottom we have the gate stop, which is going to butt up against the bottom of our other post. So if we look, now that screw I was referring to earlier, the longer screw that we set off to the side, that is going to be for when you're making your horizontal adjustments. This tri-latch will slide up and down. It can actually slide up and down, and you use this long screw in the bottom. Once you get it at the desired height, you'll use the self-tapping, and that will lock it in place so that nothing can move. And you put everything in the ground and make your final adjustments from there. And that's it. That's how you assemble your gate.